few months ago, I started this brand new business, and honestly, I was facing a lot of challenges. I was going through a lot of struggles, and because of it, I was always stressed, I was doubtful, I was anxious. And I remember this one night where it was really, really bad. I was in this really negative state. I was just down bad, and I had just prayed Isha, and then I came to the realization that everything I'm going through right now, all of the psychological pain, all of the struggles, everything I'm going through right now is Allah's plan. And it's also a test from Allah to see if I actually deserve the things I want, if I actually deserve the success in business, the money, all of that stuff. Do I actually deserve it? Or am I just lying to myself? Am I lying to Allah? You see, every moment in our life is either a test or a celebration, and as you can imagine, there's hardly any moments of celebrations, right? They're very unique, they're very special. So you and I might as well assume that every other moment of our life is a test from Allah, and that it's our job to make the right decision at that time. The time you wake up for Fajr and the alarm goes off, and you have to make the decision between going back to sleep or going to pray Fajr. That is a test from Allah to see if you are actually going to answer His call to prayer. Same with when you know you're supposed to study, but you have to make the decision of, oh mate, should I study? Or maybe I can do it later, or let me just procrastinate on it. All of the tiny little decisions we are supposed to make, they are all a test from Allah. Are we going to make a decision that will actually benefit us in this dunya, that will actually benefit our deen? Or are we just going to make a silly decision that will take us away from Allah, that will hurt us in this dunya as well? And let me tell you, I'm going to be very honest, for so long in my life, I failed these tests. I made the wrong decision. Like, I remember I would wake up, even if I woke up early, let's say I woke up at 5 at Fajr time, I would get out of bed, but I would fail the first test of the day. I would fail to pray Fajr even when I was up. I would go through the day neglecting my deen, but also failing my tests in this dunya. I was not working towards my goals. I was always procrastinating. I would just go on my phone and not be productive. I would eat the wrong diet. I would again ignore my prayers, ignore my Allah, ignore my deen. And obviously this led me to this miserable place because I had failed so many tests over and over again. But you see, all of this can be changed. But before I get into that, I want to quickly tell you about my free community, which is the first link in the description. You get a free course on productivity, you get closer access to me, you get a community of Muslims that will support you and inspire you to be a better version of yourself. Go join right now, and inshallah I will see you in there. So, if you are in this state of life where you're not happy with the reality you are living, where you are not as close as to Allah as you would like to be, where you're not making the money, you're not in good shape, whatever it is, you need to understand that it is your fault, that the reason the life you're living right now is your fault, that you have been failing the tests of Allah, and you need to turn things around. The pendulum needs to swing to the other side, and you need to start actually making the right decisions when you are tested. And you will be tested a lot. Every single day you will be tested, and it's your job to make sure that you make the right decision. And the best thing to do is to keep in mind that you are going to be tested every single day, every single moment. It is going to be a test, and it's an opportunity for you to make the right decision. It's an opportunity for you to get closer to Allah. It's an opportunity for you to get closer to your goals and make progress and get closer to the reality, to the life you want to live. And look, you might already be passing some of these tests. Obviously, everyone can pass these tests, make better decisions every single day, obviously. But you might already be doing pretty good. You might already be making good progress, but not see anything out of it. No like fruits of your labor. And you'll have to also understand that you need to be patient. That is part of the test. That how patient can you be? How much can you trust Allah? Because let me tell you this one thing, it's a bit of a side note, but as soon as I started to trust Allah's plan, as soon as I had like tawakkul and I trusted in Allah that He will take care of me, that's when I started to actually make progress. Don't get me wrong, I was already working hard. I was already like trying my best to pass as many tests of Allah as I could. But as soon as I had that level of tawakkul, as soon as I had that level of trust, that's when things started to click. That's when things started to work out. And that's obviously with the baseline of me being productive and all of that stuff. But you need to trust in Allah's plan. You need to be patient, and you need to make sure that you are making as many right decisions as you can throughout your day. Whenever you can, try to think of this as much as you can. Ask yourself this question: if this was a test from Allah, what would be the right answer? What would be the better option? What would get me closer to Allah? What would get me closer to my goals? With that framework, with that thought in mind, you're so much more likely to make the right decision. You are so much more likely to get out of bed at Fajr time. You are so much more likely to sit down and do the work when you know you need to do it. As long as you keep this in mind, that everything in life is a test from Allah, that your Lord, your Creator, is testing you to see if you actually deserve the things you want, then it's easy for you to make the right decisions, to make progress to your goals. I want to thank you for the time. I hope this was valuable for you. Go watch the video on your screen. Bye.